Breaking news, Jalen Brunson announced as the new NBA Most Clutch Player of the Year award winner. Now, it is a relatively new award, and Jalen Brunson is on the short list of winners already, and it is well deserved. He was top in the league in clutch points down the stretch. He's had great runs in all of his seasons with the New York Knicks. I mean, his entire career, but especially with the New York Knicks. So it was no question that Jalen Brunson was going to win this award at some point. I thought he should have been in the conversation last year. He was, but not as high up as this year. He is the winner. Definitely deserved. I don't want to hear nothing about best player of the series anymore. Shout out to Cade. He's great, but he ain't as clutch as our own JB. I had a whole other intro recorded, but it doesn't matter. We're cutting it because this happened right after I had filmed, so I had to put this in the video. But shout out to JB, man. New York Knicks looking to continue after winning this award with high energy as we play Game 3 tonight. I'm talking about a lot of things in this video, what we need to change, what went wrong, and why I'm not worried. Let's get right into it. Run the intro. What's going on, CK Crew? It's your boy CK2K, and welcome back to another video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Don't forget to like this video. Also, show some love to my friends over at WTF City. Link is going to be in the description below. Shout out to my guy Yusuf and the team. I had this hat, man. I've been going through all my snaps and everything. I'm like, yo, I haven't worn the New York Raise Me hat in forever, so we're wearing it for today. You can get one like it and other amazing designs at WTF City in the description below. Love their stuff. Shout out to my guy Yusuf. But New York Knicks game 1 was a success. I mean, it was sloppy in the first half. The third quarter was absolutely ugly, and then we went historic in the fourth quarter to get the W. And in the second game, it was very similar, minus the historic ending, as the Detroit Pistons managed to take the win in Madison Square Garden, getting the series tied at 1-1. And as you'd expect, if you are an avid viewer of Knicks Fan TV, or you so happen to have an X account, or you just, exist in the Knicks universe, everyone is jumping out the window immediately already. The conversation's already pointed at what the Knicks are going to do in the offseason, already pointed at Tom Thibodeau being fired, all kinds of stuff, as if this series is over and it's not just tied 1-1. I've said this before, and I'll say it again, that's nothing new. It seems like it's a weird fetish that the New York Knicks have in not taking care of home court in the playoffs, but it does not result directly that it's going to be the end of the New York Knicks playoff runs in the first round.
You need to relax.
But also, I have to say, there are things that need to be changed. And the biggest glaring thing of them all is lack of ball movement. Now, don't get me twisted. I am all about Jalen Brunson taking shots and shots and shots. I have no problem with Jalen Brunson taking shots when needed. But we saw in the absence of Jalen Brunson, we saw guys star in their roles, show up and have great runs, leading to the New York Knicks somewhat being able to stay afloat throughout those games without Jalen Brunson. OG Anunoby solidified himself as a phenomenal number 2, number 3 option. Mikal Bridges looked more like the guy we traded for in that stretch than we have seen throughout the majority of this season. Karl Anthony-Towns had a good run in that time. We also had some guys show up on the bench. So a lot of those things, and I think the worry with a lot of fans is now with Jalen Brunson back, you saw in game 2 way more than you even saw in game 1. You saw the Knicks then regress back to the whole captain save us situation where Jalen Brunson was doing everything. So much so that even whenever Jalen Brunson tried to give the ball to somebody else, they were immediately waiting for Brunson to come and take it back. Players just standing around watching. OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, their roles dramatically decrease when that kind of style happens. To be honest with you, I feel like Jalen Brunson is well aware of that situation. He had this to say immediately after the game 2 loss.
No, it's very tough when there's it's definitely one ball. We have a lot of great players on this team, and definitely it's on my shoulders. I'm not going to point a finger and say some people need to do that, and it's on me to make sure I set the table. So I'll go back and I'll figure out what I need to do. We'll have conversations and we'll come back better for game 3.
Take this criticism with a grain of salt. In no way am I slandering the captain. The captain is the captain. This team does not go anywhere without Jalen Brunson leading the ship. But the part of leading the ship also comes down to helping OG Anunoby, who had a phenomenal end to the season, continue that. For OG Anunoby to end this game with 10 points and not getting many shots, same going for Karl Anthony-Towns in a game where we're trying to, when in the playoffs, it's not great. Now, you can argue all kinds of back and forth. I predominantly am leaning one way when it comes to Karl Anthony-Towns, more so than OG Anunoby, and we're going to get into that in a second, but 7 assists and 6 turnovers has to be better at moving the ball around. But Jalen Brunson with 7 assists is great, but you cannot have 6 turnovers on top of the 7 assists.
Doesn't matter who's on the field. You know, we just got to tap what we see is an advantage for us, and we have the utmost trust in everyone on this team. It doesn't matter the situations people are put in. We're gonna sit there. We're gonna have each other's back, and when we go forward, we're gonna win together. We're gonna lose together. We're gonna learn together. And it's as simple as that.
But on the other hand, when it comes to Karl Anthony-Towns, Cat is an all-star first overall pick player. Yes, I do believe Jalen Brunson needs to do a better job at getting the ball to Karl Anthony-Towns, but we saw him in game 1. Karl Anthony-Towns had a different level of aggression about him on both sides of the floor. Offensively, he was dominating Tobias Harris. He looked prominent. He looked dominant. He looked great. And then for whatever reason in this game 2, it was not the same guy. It was a very, very, very softer version of what we were expecting from Karl Anthony-Towns after their game 1 performance. I mean, there was several times going at Tobias Harris where he's going for a shot and Tobias Harris, and he was having the hardest time backing down Tobias Harris. There are also other instances where you're just seeing him hovering around the 3-point line instead of going to the post to try to demand the ball. You're Karl Anthony-Towns. You have every right as Jalen Brunson to demand the ball. That is what we brought you here to do. Go out there and get the ball. We know what you can do against this team. This is a team where you should be able to thrive. The minute that you start to bring the attention in the paint defensively for them, it will open up the 3 ball for guys like Jalen Brunson, for guys like Landry Shamet, for guys like Mikal Bridges to make that 3 ball a lot more consistently. But if you're just hovering around the 3, you're making the defensive job so much easier for them. And we saw that. They were bullying us defensively in the 3rd quarter, and I wasn't a fan of that. It just looked like we were just conceding to them being the aggressors the entire time. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with Karl Anthony-Towns. I feel like people are scared to say that. I don't know why it's such a scapegoat excuse to blame Jalen Brunson for not passing or blaming Tom Thibodeau for not getting Tibbs for not getting Cat open. There were instances where we got Cat switching onto Tim Hardaway Jr. and instead of bagging him down, he's passing the ball away. I'm not going to give him a pass on that. Cat needs to be aggressive the same way that Brunson needs to move the ball. The two of them go together. Towns has every right to demand the ball in any situation. You see a mismatch. You have Tobias Harris on your hip. People are going to argue this take and say like, no, well, Tom Thibodeau could switch. And in no way, shape, or form am I defending Tom Thibodeau because for the love of God, the man's adjustments were terrible. The man does not know what to do in situations when they weren't even really being that aggressive towards us, but we made them look so much better than they were. But at the same time, this is not all on Tom Thibodeau. Karl Anthony-Towns is the hooper that we know he can be. He needs to go out there and demand it and be a dominant force. Literally, I felt like Will Smith from Bad Boys when Karl Anthony-Towns went out there in game 1, bro. I felt like from now on, this is how you're supposed to be playing. Both ends of the floor, man, defensively too, man. Like that is how you're supposed to be. You can't take nights off. But again, everybody gonna point their fingers at Mikal Bridges because everybody's so upset about 5 damn draft picks, but we got our second best player out there picking and choosing when he wants to be a tough guy. We need you, Cap. I know the other argument too you guys are gonna bring up to me. You can talk about the fact that he was double teamed and blah blah, but man, ain't nobody scared of no damn double team or anything. Come on, man. Even Cat said it himself. This is nothing new to him. Stop making excuses for Karl Anthony-Towns. This man is an all-star level player.
Just be aggressive, and when I get the chance, to make a play. So I've been double team, triple team most of my career. So I feel like I could do a pretty good job when I'm pretty comfortable with that situation happening.
All I'm telling is for Cat to be Cat. Go out there and do what you do. Call for the ball, be dominant, and do what you did in game 1, but now do it from now on for the rest of the playoffs. So I better not see nobody in the comment section talking about, but CK, he was double team. CK, they're throwing the extra. Man, that don't mean nothing. That does not mean anything. If more times than not, especially with the way that Karl Anthony-Towns has the ability to move the ball, if you give him the opportunity, he calls for the rock in the post and they bring that second man, what does that mean? That means somebody open, right? Come on, bro. Like, I'm not tripping about that. You can use that to your advantage, and I believe Karl Anthony-Towns has more than enough ability to get that going for everyone else. We will be just fine, Knicks fans. We will be just fine. We need you to go out there and play tough on a nightly basis. You're on number 2. You're our number 2. Go out there and get yours. But yeah, unfortunately, we lose game 2. We got a bevy of opportunities to have taken that lead down the stretch. I think both Brunson and Bridges both missing some very key buckets down the stretch. Bridges especially missing 2 wide open buckets that we could have used. I think he went 0 for 4 in the fourth quarter all together. Jalen Brunson had opportunities himself. He was not able to get in the fall. It just was not meant to be our game, even with the great comeback that we had late on in the game, and it just was unfortunate, and we have to take that L, sit on it, move on, and get the win in game 3 tonight, hopefully.
We got confidence in him all the time. I don't even know what he had or what he shot or whatever, but we had 2 good looks. JB, his kind of like walk-up 3, Kel was up a 3. We're living with that, That was a guy that he puts the work in. So we're comfortable and confident with him taking that shot, and we'll live with the result. I'm rocking with him until the end, and when he shot that, I thought it was good.
But my main points, I'm looking at OG Anunoby, man. Get OG the damn ball. You saw how dominant he was as well in game 1, and we went away from that. Let OG Anunoby get his offense going. OG Anunoby down the stretch is averaging well over 22 points a game. He can do this. OG Anunoby is on one of the best stretches in his life. Don't take the ball away from him. Jalen Brunson, you can still be you, but you got to get your other guys involved. All that being said, those to me seem like simple fixes. I still like our matchups versus the Detroit Pistons any day of the week. The Pistons, though, props to them. Cade Cunningham balled out and nobody stopped him. We put OG on him. We put Mikal on. Nobody can stop Cade Cunningham, and that's just the way that cookie crumbles. But at the same time, we also got bullied by them defensively because we let them. We're settling for stupid jump shots. We're not attacking the paint. We're not doing it. But the Knicks just need to act like the aggressors in this game. The Knicks need to show their toughness in this series, and we will be just fine. I'm not worried. I just need this damn New York Knicks team to understand who the hell they are and stop playing soft. They're going to play aggressive. It's a JB Bickerstaff coach team. That's how it goes. We've seen this story before, just a different cast. But all that being said, it's no doom and gloom. It's too soon to panic. We're 1-1 in the series. It's happened before. Not worried about it. I'm a lot with OG on this one.
Positive for sure. It's a series, After game 1, we knew we were going to come out like that. And now it's our chance to respond.
Look, I'm with CP. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I even argued if you don't want to go the 2 big man lineup, I would like to even see Deuce McBride out there in the starting lineup. But yeah, give me Mitchell Robinson in the starting 5. Josh Hart right now is he's just not all there yet. He's supposed to be out there to get rebounds, show some hustle, and he just really hasn't been doing that in the few games. You get plenty of a break in between each game. It's not like the regular season. Mitchell Robinson should be able to play 22, 25 minutes per game, and I think he should be starting in this series. But other than that, got to get the rebounding together. Got to be more physical and more aggressive on the offensive side, not trying to force the fouls because the referee's obviously not on our side. We don't need to talk about the foul differential, but we need to make sure we're going out there and we're playing physical against them and not letting them dictate the pace. That's how I feel. How do you feel? Let me know your thoughts about everything in the comment section below. Game 3 is back on tonight. I will be live over on Knicks Fan TV to continue the play-by-play shenanigans. If you have not watched the play-by-play at all this season, what are you doing? If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit the notification bell. Don't forget to like this video. I will see you guys next week on Tuesday to hopefully recap. Maybe we'll be talking about the end of the series, hopefully for the New York Knicks next Tuesday. All right, come on, Knicks, turn this thing around, man. Cat, be you. Tired of it, man. Let's go.